Alright, we've got an exterior clean out right here in the bushes, but at the front of the house to the left of the front porch. So we've got good access, we've got water flowing. Home inspection is done and he's had water flowing the whole time. So we'll see what do we got going on. We've had a lot of water go through here, so let's see if it's all getting out properly. We've got PVC. Especially we're looking for areas where my camera might go underwater due to a belly. Possible breakage right here. So we've got cracking in the pipe. Oh no, that's root running along here. We've got some root intrusion right here. But this looks like root intrusion that's not at a joint. So there might be some kind of break in this pipe right there that's kind of caused that. So we do have an issue here. And I'll locate that in a minute. Got an issue here, root in the pipe. Let's keep going, see what else we got. Drop down in. Here's our clean out by the street. Drop down. That'll get us down to the main. Alright, here we go. Yeah, this is probably the main here. It's a little bit bigger pipe. Just a couple feet to make sure. We're in the main there. That's about as far as I can get. Start struggling a bit. Here we go. Let's get to this first joint right here. Okay. So, what do we got here? Looks like a reduction in size here. Yeah, this looks like a reduction right here, which is that's a reduction the wrong way. You don't want to reduce down that way. You're going smaller at the downflow there. That's a little strange. Let me see if I can keep going. Got so many bends. It's getting a little tough getting through there. This couldn't have been the main then, because they wouldn't have done that at the main. Alright, so this is about as far as I can get. Get a lot of resistance from the distance and also the bends. Momentum. Yeah, just everything compounds as you get further in there. The bends just get too much for this camera, this simpler camera. But we do got a couple things to look at and have a plumber evaluate, and I'll start locating them. So I'm going to cut the water off and pull back, and then we'll start locating these couple issues. Alright, we got pretty close to 100 feet scope, which is good. I don't think I was able to quite reach the main. Like I said, it's a little bit of a strange reduction piece. Of course, it might have just been the angle, and right now I'm in the bushes, so I'll take a better look at this whenever I get back to the office in a better screen. But we did get 100 feet scoped, and we found enough things going on to at least have a plumber look at this and evaluate this. So we're going to pull back and get those other areas marked real quick. First we've got this connection here that seems odd to me. This looks like a reduction, so it's a weird fitting to be in this spot, I think. So let me go ahead and get this located real quick so we can let our plumber know exactly where it is. Alright, we've got that located. It's right out there by the flower bin. Of course, this may or may not be a problem. Like I said, looks like it's reducing a little bit, going the wrong way. So we'll see what the plumber has to say about that. Send the plumber this video. Making our way back. We got the root intrusion. We want to document where that's at. That'll definitely need to be addressed. Good news is though, it looks like the pitch is okay. I don't see much of water standing anywhere so far. That's good. Alright, so we've got this 45. A little bit of build up right there, not too unusual. Got my camera upside down. See if we can get it. Alright, there we go. So that's the clean out there, out in the yard. Pipe. Another junction here. Right up on it. There we go. So that one looks like it. Okay, never mind. That was something I was getting hung up. So we might be okay there. We might be. But you know, it's funny. That's why you do video on both ways. When you're going out there with the water, make sure we don't see anything else. So that was something I was just cleaning through the pipe. It looks like. I'll evaluate this a little bit better when I get back into the office and make sure. Looks like that might have actually just finished up cleaning through the pipe. Good. That junction may be okay. Like I said, have a plumber look at that. Usually, that's a weird way for it to reduce down or the water's downflow like that. But a plumber may tell you it's totally fine. So we might be okay here. We might be okay here, which is good news. That's why you always want to do it twice, on the way in and the way out. So you can pull back in, and also I'll look at it again when I get to the office because I'll see a lot better on a bigger screen. So I think we might. might be in better shape than we thought. And we're back out, and that's it, and we'll get the report ready and send it out. Alright, before I go, I want to try to get, there's another access here. I'm going to try to get to the main from here if I possibly can. So I'm going to get at the front yard here. Might be an easier shot, give me a better chance to get a little further in that main, or get to the main. This may have been a straight drop down into the main. This didn't look like it. Didn't look like it had a big change in diameter here. Here's another drop down. This is probably it. Okay, yeah, here's the main. Here's the main. Okay. Alright, so we did make it to the main. I always like to make it to the main when I can. A lot of buildup in that main. But that's not the homeowner's concern. Looks like we're good flowing all the way to the main. So the only thing I would question is that one little, where it looks like there's a reduction there. You know, like I said, that is not typically the way I see that. You usually don't want to go a reduction in that direction. But a plumber, you know, may know something I don't. That's okay. So we did get it to the main. That's great. I always feel a little bit better when I actually get in there. Okay, here we go. Here's our connection. Looks like we're okay. Got something here. Maybe hair. Maybe light root growth. Okay, possibly some very light root growth around this section here. Again, we'll show this to a plumber. And I got bad glare going on. And so it's hard for me to tell out here. We got a little something there. It might be either some, sometimes it'll be balled up hair and looks just like roots, or maybe root growth. I'll take a better look when I get back to the office, and we can always include this in the video for show the plumber. It doesn't look like it's anything major to worry too much about. I believe it's probably a ball of hair. Okay, good. Alright, so we'll start pulling back. But like I said, I do feel better that we actually reached the main. So. Overall, listen, you got very good flow. A lot of water's been run here today. Listen, you got very good flow all the way to the main. Only question I have, and it might not even be a defect, I was just going to put it as information and have a plumber look at this video and look at this is going down, you know, it's flow downhill, and it looks like it's reducing in size right there. So it's an area that could catch stuff later in the future. But like I said, plumbers know more than me about this kind of thing, and they might tell you that's not an issue. If it is, it shouldn't be too crazy to fix. We do have that located just in case. We'll pull on out, get cleaned up, and get you the report.